pop up at your crib. I got him, spot him, red dot him, on him, fuck it, let's have a party.
Appreciate it. What is up, y'all? The Eric V, your stream teach here. And have you ever run into that guy? Are you that guy? Let me tell you a secret. Nobody likes that guy. They are what I like to call a raid fumbler. And what I'm going to do is tell you exactly how to not fumble a raid and how to find somebody who is least likely of fumbling a raid. Because I think raids are one of Twitch's most powerful features and one of the reasons why it has such a tight-knit community. And I'll tell you any day of the week that I've met some of my best friends through a Twitch raid. And if I wasn't able to handle that raid the way that I happened to handle it, that would not have happened. I literally would have less friends if I didn't know what I'm about to tell you in the rest of this video. So let's get into it. Class is in session. When Twitch's raid feature is used correctly, everybody wins. The raider gets a shout out. They know that they helped somebody out. The person who gets raided, who I'll be calling the raidee for the rest of this video, gets more viewers. They have a potential chance to grow. And thirdly, the audiences of these two streamers gets introduced to possibly two more streamers, another community that they can interact with, and sometimes they mesh together pretty well. So with that, I'll be breaking this video down into two sections: what you should do as the raider and what you should do as the raidee. Something I want to make clear in this video is that you should raid after every stream you do. I don't care if you have 3 viewers, I don't care if you have 2, I don't care if you have 0 viewers. Somehow you click raid and you don't even go along with the raid. You should always do it because it's free promo. Just putting it out there, I'm sorry. Just to be honest, it's free promo. Now, here's my process when I go into raiding someone. First of all, I tell my viewers when to expect me next time. So I have a set schedule that I stream on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, if you needed to know. I tell them what I'll be doing on the next stream. As I'm doing that spiel, I'm looking for someone to raid. And as I'm looking for them, I'm looking for someone with specific qualities. I normally don't disclose what that is, but before I even do say that, I'm also going to say, if you don't want your chat to tell you who to raid, cultivate your chat into not doing that, because people will do that. They say, hey, you should raid this person, you should raid this person. And sometimes it's somebody that you know, but for some reason you might not want to raid them. Maybe you've raided them a bunch. Maybe they're a raid fumbler and you just don't want to raid them. So that always leads to an awkward situation. So if you don't want people to suggest who to raid, let them know every time. Please don't suggest anybody for me to raid. I got it. I'll find someone. And if you can't find someone, of course, you can ask your chat. But when I'm looking for somebody to raid, I'm looking for someone with a camera. This is just me personally. I'm looking for someone with a camera because my viewers have been watching someone with a camera for the past 3 to 4 hours. And I'm also looking for someone with alerts. And you might wonder, how do you know who has alerts and who doesn't? And it's more of a process of elimination. If I see one of those default PlayStation streaming gameplay things, I know that they aren't going to have alerts because they aren't streaming using any type of streaming software. If there's no anything on the screen when it comes to chat box, tip jar, sub goal, last follower, no elements there, I know that that person might not have alerts activated. So that's kind of how I decide. So use your own discretion for however you like to decide who to raid. That's just me. So as you're looking for that streamer that you want to raid, always click on their stream to see what they're doing. You want to make sure that you don't raid into a stream that currently has a be right back screen. You want to make sure that this streamer isn't on a starting soon screen. You want to make sure that this streamer isn't just an empty chair at the moment, or you want to make sure they aren't having technical issues. So these are the things that I'm looking for as I'm saying my outro. I'm telling people, hey, see you guys next time, blah, blah, blah. As I'm saying these things, I know in the back of my head that people know that I'm wrapping up. Because I am wrapping up, people are leaving this stream. So understand that whenever you do a raid, not everybody's going to carry over. People are going to leave. People are going to do their own thing because they don't honestly care. They got what they came for. So you have to keep that talking time, that raiding time, to a minimum. After I find that streamer that I want to raid, I start selling that streamer. And what I mean by that is just I'm advertising them to my audience because I want them to stick around to see the person that I raid. So if I know them, I'm sharing a memory about them, I'm saying good qualities about them, I am in a sense describing their brand. And if you ever hear somebody raid you, if you ever watch their VOD before they raid you, when they start describing you, if they do that before they raid you, that is your brand. That might come up in another video, but take that as your brand. Whatever their impression is of you, that's what it is. So I start describing them. I talk about why you might like them and why you want to stick around to view them. I normally reveal that streamer's name after I type in /raid, type in their name, I hit the enter key, and then everybody sees who it is. Then I drop their name very dramatically. Today, we will be raiding a familiar face to a lot of you, probably. It's BZ430. We are raiding Alasian. You always recommend Austin. I've been to Austin recently, and that's hilarious that you mentioned that, because the reason I went to Austin was this streamer right here that we're about to raid, which is Double Toasted, which is my favorite podcast. It's just my thing. So as the raidee, the person who receives the raid, somebody shared their community with you. Somebody thought, yeah, they can handle it. They'll take it from here. I say that to say that you should be gracious and show gratitude. I don't mean that you should grovel on your knees. I don't mean you gotta get up and do a little jig, but you should be happy a little bit. If, of course, you want viewers. If you don't want viewers, act however you like. It's fine. Do what you want. Whether it be 2 viewers, 30 viewers, 300 viewers, you should show that streamer and that community that you're happy to see them in your own way. I think an easy way to get excited about a raid is to have a sound that gets you hyped. You should have something that gets you hyped, some sound, something. And also a gift that gets you excited. It should get your community excited. Everybody should be excited. These new people who are popping in should be excited because it is a joyous occasion. They're meeting somebody new. You're meeting somebody new. Your audience is meeting a lot of new somebodies. So it can be the dawn of a new friendship. Literally. I suggest having follower only mode to be off because I'm recording this a week before it's gonna be released, but today's September 1st, by the way. It's the day of the Twitch blackout. But if these raids are still happening with the hate raids, they follow you already. So follower only mode isn't all that effective in quelling them. But the new people who do want to talk to you, get to know you, ask you questions, and may not want to follow you yet. They might want to see if you're worth following. I am guilty of this. I don't just follow people because, hey, somebody I know rated them. I like to take the time to see if I actually like them, to see if they're worth pushing down someone else on the left pane of Twitch. So once you get that raid, the first thing you should do is obviously say thanks. Thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. And that should be genuine. I shouldn't have to tell you that, but I'm just telling you that just in case you just can't read the social cues. You should be gracious. Say thanks. And then what I like to do is have that streamer get a shout out, and I read. A lot of times I miss it because the raid message gets spammed throughout the chat, but I then read what game they're playing. If I am familiar with that game, I will talk about my experience with the game, whether I'm bad at it, whether I'm great at it, whether I'll kick their ass at it, whatever. What I then like to do is create a bond with that streamer's community. If I view that streamer, I am going to make sure that the other viewers who just came in know that I am one of them. I am your homie too. Hey, one of us, right? And that will endear you to them. Sometimes they might already know you if they have seen you in the chat. Also, something that I try to do, but I often forget. Every time I stream, after that 3 to 4 hours is up, I am starving. So I try to tell streamers to go get something to eat, because that's the first thing I do after I stream. So that's just a little bit of empathy and just knowing what streaming is like. I tell them, go get something to eat. At that point, I then introduce myself. I still tell people my name, even though it's in my username. And I'm going to tell you a trick. And it's kind of just something that I use. Your About Me section, your raidee intro, as well as your channel trailer should all have the same information. Whenever I'm receiving a raid, the first thing I like to mention, hey, my name's Eric, because again, we're creating a personal bond. We're creating a relationship. I tell them I live in Atlanta because, oh, hey, I live in Atlanta, or hey, I like Atlanta music, whatever. I'm always just interested in where people are streaming from. I always just want to know, like, hey, where do you live? I don't know. That's just something that I always wonder. So it's something that I always mention. So I mention my city. I don't go into what block or what side of Atlanta I live on or anything like that. But it's important a little bit for me to know when I'm watching a streamer. So again, empathy. I make it known where I'm streaming from. And what I also like to do is tell people what to expect on my channel. I tell them what I stream from, what genres I do, and what they can expect. And also what I'm doing in the stream at this current moment, because they just dove in. They don't know what the hell's going on. So I tell them, this is just your elevator pitch. And just like I was mentioning before, as a raider doing your outro, as a raidee doing your intro, you want to keep it as short as possible. When it comes to raidees, I know that some people like to play channel trailers when they receive a raid. And I think that's pretty cool. I think it's a good, quick way to let new viewers know what they can kind of expect, because it is a highlight reel, and highlight reels are never exactly like what your entire stream is. So it gives them an idea of some of your best moments and what your personality may be like when you're excited. And that's great for new viewers. However, if you're a regular viewer and you watch somebody's channel trailer 4 times a stream because they got rated 4 times during that stream, it might get a little grating and you might be a little tired of it, especially if this is somebody that streams all throughout the week and they get a raid and you're like, oh God, here comes that video. Like, I never want my viewers to be like that. And I don't typically feel that way, but I do imagine it happening because sometimes I get rated a lot. So if every time I got rated, I'm just like, all right, y'all, time to play the video, and I'm on an extra hard boss fight or something, I can't imagine. I cannot imagine how my viewers would feel. Actually, I can't imagine how my viewers would feel, which is why I don't do it. I like to communicate with the new viewers directly, and I like to thank them as they follow me by name, try to get their pronunciation correct. But I think that leaves a much bigger impact when you're letting these people know that I'm gonna read the chat, I'm gonna talk to you, I'm here for you, and you are as valued as my veteran viewers, and vice versa. When you get rated, don't be a baby voice, Darius. If you get that reference, I will give you $1. I hope this video helped you out. If there's anything I missed, feel free to let me know in the comments. Feel free to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, subscribe on YouTube. Feel free to like the video, it's free. You can rate me on Twitch even, I don't care. But happy rating, everybody. Class dismissed.
Attack team, come back at once.
Oh, I see it. I saw the green light, but I saw the explosive like right there.
I hit him.
Snake, what's wrong? Snake?